You were talking about your brother.
Yeah, today's a special day in the Demm family. My youngest brother's birthday is today.
That's right.
And you've all met him.
Oh, yes.
And he loves you guys, listens every day. The middle brother, not so much.
It's
He's
funny.
a Howard fan.
I'll tell you something else about that. And that really disappoints me because the middle brother is my favorite of all three.
Yeah. Fittest, smartest.
Great. He's everything I want to be. He's in great shape. He's really smart. He's a high-powered attorney. He's a Red Sox fan. Now,
Yeah,
that
that's right.
we
Fact,
really
fact.
bond over that.
Yeah.
He hates Duke. We really bond over that. The other one, who is so nice and listens to this show and everything, is, a Yankees fan. We're always talking. I mean, sometimes he'll text me about the Yankees in the playoffs. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. He's my favorite of the Demm boys.
I know, because he's more you.
I mean, we've spent some time together. We've closed down some bars.
Right, exactly. Now, the other one I've been chasing, the middle one I've been chasing for years, like, Steven, did you see the Red Sox? Like, who's this guy? Who's this? I love your new Red Sox hat, Steven. Hey, Steven. At Chris Demm's wedding, I was like, you're really great.
Can you introduce me to that
guy? Terrible. I mean, and he never gives me the time of day.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But then Charles... who's really nice. He's really nice to everybody and listens to the show.
Correct.
He's always talking about the Yankees and everything. Well, it's his birthday today.
Yeah, today's his birthday in addition to the anniversary of this little radio show.
That's right. So we started on his birthday.
Correct.
23 years ago.
Yes, and so, with my approaching milestone birthday, my wife thought it would be good for the Demm brothers to get together, which we did at the North Carolina coast the week between Christmas and New Year's.
That was nice.
And
Nice.
It was the first time we'd all been together since Dad's funeral, so it was we needed it.
Right.
And as we were packing up, they were packing up to head back to Points North.
Yeah.
One of them said to me, "Don't you have a birthday coming up?"
Is that Steven?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Steven. He's like me. He doesn't care. He's uncaring. He's checked
He's just
out.
at a different level.
I just really, can you give me his phone number? I really want to call Steven and just say, hey, remember me? I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah.
But I really felt like we have a connection for some reason.
Yeah, and then because now I know my brother's birthdays, I know their ages. I don't keep up with the other adults except my wife.
Yes.
But I knew theirs because you just grow up with them.
Of course.
And I know when his birthday is, the middle brother, and he's like, "Yeah, I think I've got one coming up in a couple of weeks." You do. And he said, "I think I'm going to be such and such." He goes, No,
he's not.
He's been undercounting because he's just lost track of time.
He lost track of how old
of his years on the planet.
That's right. You know what's interesting, too? This is about birthdays. You know how you don't care anything about birthdays at all?
Not for adults.
Chris Demm has a birthday in less than a week. I'll know it. I'll wish him a happy birthday. He won't care because he doesn't care anything about birthday.
Fact.
My friend who moved to Minnesota, I haven't seen him in 4 years. I mean, he hadn't
that long.
It's been,
Wow.
I saw him 4 years ago. So I saw him over the break. He was back for Christmas, and his parents had us for a little party after Christmas. And for some reason, we were talking about this and that. Well, I know his birthday is October 21st. Now, I haven't discussed that with him since we were 16.
Nor should you.
Right. So I said to it, somehow it came up. It's like, well, your birthday's October 21st. And he goes, how do you know that?
Conversation just stopped.
Yeah.
Yes. He goes, how do you know that? I said, well, I just know.
I'm an idiot savant.
I remember everything.
It's a little Rain Man-y.
What'd you have for dinner last night? I don't know.
I don't know. I said, I just know you were October 21st. And he goes, my God, that is ridiculous, scary that you know that. And he's like, I really think you should leave. That's really it. He's like, I'm a grown man. He's like you. He didn't care.
You are a little weird with birthdays because I confused right before the break. I confused Chris Demm's birthday. I said, "Oh, your birthday is the very first show back," and you quickly went, "No, it's not. That's wrong.
I said,
His birthday is on the Sunday." I'm like,
yeah, I didn't correct Biggie.
Yeah.
Kelly corrected Biggie.
Yeah, that's right. I know when you're. But the only one that eludes me is Dave, who will never. I know it's in August, but he never.
He's a man of mystery.
But the even more interesting thing was,
as we were discussing ages, the brothers and I, Charles, the youngest, said that he has been lying about his age for years, especially to young paramours.
His young lady friends. How much does he shave off?
God, he's good.
Close to 8 or 9.
Listen, that's bold. Is that bold?
Yeah.
That's bold.
He's shaving off 8 or 9
He
years.
can pull it off. He's a healthy guy.
That's when you.
He is a healthy guy.
I'll tell you that Oh yeah, he's in great shape.
Yeah,
they
he is.
all are. They're in great shape. But they, when Pat Godwin, our two guys named Chris Comedy All-Star, was in here last time, he told a story.
Oh, my God.
Remember this story? I'll tell it now. I mean, it's his story.
It's a masterpiece in his hands.
And
yes.
he told, we had gotten done with everything on the air, and he's leaving. And he said, let me tell you a
He's
quick
just packing up his guitar
packing
case.
his stuff. And he tells this story, and I was like, you should have told that on the air.
It's the funniest story you've ever told us.
Yes. And he goes, well, I'll tell it next time I'm in. Well, of course, who knows when that'll be now. I mean, they doesn't travel. You know, they don't travel anymore like they used to. So what he did was, this is Pat Godwin, who is, like 60 now, right? He's 60, 61, something like that. Well, he said, he said in this story, he was dating, this is Pat Godwin, and at age 58, he's dating like a 30-year-old, 25-year-old. And he's like, all she wanted to do was have sex. Just sex. And she was naked all the time. And I'm just, of course, hanging on. He's packing up his guitar case, telling this story. And I'm like,
don't go, Pat. Finish the story.
So it's just all the time. She just walks through naked, and all of a sudden I'm having sex 3 times a day at age 58. And I was like, what? Are you kidding? All of this. Yeah. But he had told her he was 48. Okay. He told her he was 10 years. He told her he was exactly 10 years younger than he actually was.
That's probably the safest lie.
I think so.
It's a little even,
right,
number-wise.
Yes, so he knew his birth date was whatever. Well, he was born, and he told us, I don't remember. He's like, I was born June 1st, 1960, which is, I know it was 1960. Well, they went to a college football game, and afterwards, they're at the college, they're like in Columbus, where the Ohio State plays. And they're going into this bar, and this guy's checking IDs as people go in. He's like, oh, my God.
Yep.
Oh, my God. So he's like, I'm not sure that I'm not going to have to show my license. Well, as they walk in, the bouncer, the guy takes his license. He's like, really, man? And so the guy looks at it and goes, 1960. The girl's standing right next. So the girl's standing right next to him. The bouncer said, 1960? I haven't seen this license in, oh my God, 1960. And he's like, shh. So the girl, who also, by the way, is vapidly dumb, according to Pat's words, not mine. She's not the brightest.
Right.
But it takes her about 2 minutes. They get inside the bar, and she goes, hey, wait a minute. So
it's at University of Ohio, man.
Right. She's like, hey, hold on. And he goes, I can explain. Let me get the drinks. I'll explain. So he's frantically trying to come up with a story of how he's lied to her because he's 10 years older than he said he was. So he goes and gets the drink, and he thinks of this stuff, and he comes back, and he says, when I was growing up, my family, we performed in vaudeville. So, in order to be on stage, I had to pretend to be 10 years older than I actually am. And she goes, oh, well, that makes sense.
Of course.
He's like, we were going around from train station to train station as a vaudeville act, which, of course, ended in like the
vaudeville.
The 20s. The 20s.
The Depression ended that.
She had no idea what that was. He's like, yeah, we were, and they wouldn't let me perform unless I was over a certain age, so I had to pretend to be 10 years older than I really am. And they put it on my license, and it's been that way ever since. And that 25-year-old girl bought it, and they continue to have sex 3 times a day for another 6 months.
So he screwed up in some other way.
Yeah, exactly. But I thought, my God, how vacant is she to believe that? But his story was, I was just hanging on every word.
Yeah.
The midday guy was like, you got to get out of here, man. That was it. So Chris Demm's brother does that same thing, apparently. Yeah. He shaves off 8 or 9 years. Yes. He should just go for the 10 and have it.
Yeah, and even 10.
Even 10, and then keep your birthday. Mm-hmm. And then you know what it is, right? You know what your birthday is. When a friend of mine was making his fake ID back in college, he had a picture of a Mississippi driver's license on the wall, and people would come over, and he would do a driver's license for them. Of course, I told the RA.
Right.
I said, this is not.
Shut it down.
This is not going to happen.
Smart. It's inappropriate wall hanging.
This is illegal, I think.
You know what he's facilitating, don't you?
That's right.
How much did he charge?
I don't even know. I didn't get one. Good gracious. I would never do something like that. But he had it. And then I was such a rube. I didn't even know what he was doing. He literally had a big placard that said Mississippi with the state seal on it. And he would take a picture of somebody and make a fake driver's license for them. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know why. So after I'd seen it a million times, I said, hey, Brian, why do you have a Mississippi driver's license?
It's really like Mississippi.
Oh.
It's like, no, man, I'll make you a fake ID. You want a fake ID? I said, oh, no.
No, you don't need that for weed.
And then
I never buy it anyway.
then I told the RA, and they shut that down. He told all his clients, keep your exact birth date, go 2 or 3 years earlier, and then memorize what year you said it was. That way, you'll always know.